Well, 2 years after catastrophic floods devastated Pakistan, millions of homes remain in ruins. While the government works to build climate-resistant homes, progress is slow due to funding delays and rising costs. Well, in the second of our three-part special, Hira Mustafa takes us to Badin district, where survivors are still grappling with the aftermath of the disaster and the threat of future floods.
80-year-old Resham Bibi is one of many flood survivors in Badin, living in constant fear of her mud house crumbling in the next heavy downpour. As this year's monsoon rains recede and with winter drawing near, she is hurrying to repair her dilapidated home. Every 2 weeks, Resham Bibi dives into a pond to collect mud, which she mixes with straw to plaster and patch her walls in the hopes of prolonging the life of her house.
Two years on, Pakistan's flood-ravaged regions are still reeling. The trauma of the disaster lingers, replaced by a gnawing fear of what the future holds. Climate anxiety has become a daily reality for many of these residents.
The devastation of 2022 and heavy monsoon rains the following year plunged already impoverished communities further into financial ruin. 45% of Sindh's population already live below the poverty line. Government estimates suggest that poverty rates in this region increased by as much as 10% after the 2022 disaster.
So there were many existing challenges and inequities faced by communities, especially in flood-prone areas in southern Sindh. So of course, those kind of issues are very hard to fix in the short term, especially when we don't have the required funds. A lot of the funding that was pledged to Pakistan by countries overseas in response to the floods in 2022 was not in fact aid, but they were loans that were provided that have to be repaid by the government.
UNICEF, along with the Sindh government and the World Bank, is working to address one of the most urgent challenges, the need for sturdy, flood-resistant homes. They're giving grants of some $1,000 to 2.1 million households in the province to help them build new homes, not with traditional mud and wood, but concrete and bricks made from recycled plastic. One recipient in Badin is Nawab Khan, whose family lost everything in the disaster.
बड़ी सैलाब आई थी बड़े बड़े, फिर हमको मजबूरी के लिए घर भी छोड़ने पड़ गए. घर तो हमारे गिर गए थे, हमारे घर भर ये सारे गिर गए, ख़त्म हो गए. फिर हम घर से बाहर निकल गए, कहीं सड़कों पर, कहीं रोडों पर, कहीं स्कूलों में गए. उन तंबों में 2 महीना, 4 महीना, 6 महीना गुजारा किया. फिर हुकूमत की तरफ से एक स्कीम आया, बोला वो हुकूमत घर बना कर दे रहे हैं. और पहला किस्त आया 75,000 का, दूसरा किस्त आया 1 लाख रुपए का.
To preserve the limited funds solely for construction materials, Nawab is building the house himself. The new homes are sited on elevated ground with foundations of stones and bricks, which the local government is supplying. So far, 300,000 of these climate-resistant homes have been completed, while 500,000 are still under construction.
The houses which we've made are not only helping the people who have been affected, but they're based on energy, solar-based houses. The houses we've built are flood-resistant, climate-resistant, and also green.
Yet many in Badin say they are frustrated by delays in receiving government aid. The rising costs of construction material is also forcing them to dip into their own meager savings.
हमारी सिर्फ यही रिक्वेस्ट है इन लोगों से, गवर्नमेंट से, जो भी कुछ है इन लोगों से, तो भाई जो हमें पैसे जो हैं जल्दी दें तो हम अपना घर जल्दी बनाएं, इन लकड़ियों के घर से हम जान छोड़ाएं.
We have some issues going on with the federal government. We feel that a lot of funds which were supposed to come to us haven't been released timely. So that does have a trickle-down effect.
Nawab Khan and those with new homes are the lucky few in Badin. For Resham Bibi and countless others in flood-ravaged communities, the prospect of having their lives swept away once more looms large. They are calling on the government to urgently ramp up rebuilding efforts before the next disaster strikes. Hira Mustafa, CNA, in Badin, Sindh Province.